Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden's Table with Rose, and I am Rose. So I am back with a short update on my Gardyn DYN 3 indoor hydroponic system. So I got this system right after Black Friday, and I think I planted my pods, or most of them, December 1st, and here we are December 12th, and so I am back with an update. It's been almost 2 weeks. Let me just start off. Let me get a little closer. And the lighting will be bad because I'm indoors and this light on the system is very bright. And overall, because I'm indoors and I don't have any, supplemental lighting, it's a little dark. But this is going to be short. So I have had this up, like I said, for almost 2 weeks. And I mean, the setup couldn't be easier, and it's a fairly automated system, so there's not a lot of work to do here, and there's not a lot to report other than so far so good. I did just recently buy several accessories. They had on their website an accessory sale, or there was a certain percentage off. I don't know if it was 15 or 20%, one of the two, but I got several things that I think will be really helpful for this system. One was definitely these pod inserts or covers. I don't know what exactly you call them, but they come in different colors. I think there's like 4 different colors of these, and I got some pink ones and some orange ones. Basically, they fit in the hole on top of your grow pod, but it allows the plant to come through, obviously, with the hole here. So that way it keeps most of the grow medium covered, so that helps keep algae down, is what I am guessing. So I think that's really neat that they make a cover that fits nicely on top of there. They're silicone, so obviously they're reusable. So I got those, and then I got a couple of strawberry plants with my first month subscription order. There's 2, as you can see here and here. This one already has green leaves shooting up out of it. It's been about a week. This one is doing nothing, so I hope it's not dead. I hope that one's viable. I did leave a couple of pods empty because, some of these things get pretty large and I wanted there to be space. I also added this little nursery that was part of the Sprouts kit. I don't know the official name, but I'm going to call it a Sprouts kit. So it is the nursery that they sell for starting the pots if you want to start them separately outside of the unit. But it also comes with these little wicks and pads with seeds on them for sprouts. So these sprouts can be used, in salads or smoothies or on sandwiches. I plan to use them, mixed into salads and also maybe on sandwiches or a roll if I have something like that. They grow pretty quickly. I believe you can also get I think there are 5 packs with these little sprout pads. I think you can get those as part of the subscription as well. You just use more of your credits or more of your points. So I like this so far. This is the first go around. This has only been probably a week, and many of them, it seems, are ready. They can be harvested, some not, but that's okay. I like it staggered. I will say it's not a lot. These are small amounts if you look at them. It's not a lot that you get with each pod. It's a cute little addition, but you would do a lot better probably just buying a mix of sprout seeds and getting just a little tray of seed starting mix or potting soil, and you could have a whole tray of them. That probably would be simpler since they do grow really fast, but I decided to add that to the collection, and it's nice that it fits on the base so we can get the grow lights. It fits in there neatly. You don't have to take up any additional space. So far I will say this system is so quiet. It doesn't circulate water often. I think it's because it's still saying the seeds are in the germination stage. So I guess it just keeps the pods moist, but it's not really needing to run water in a more consistent way because there's no nutrients being given, no plant food or anything like that. The app, I've just kind of been following that. The app is pretty automated. I did set up my own light schedule because There are certain times I just don't want this bright light on. It's very bright. So I did set up my own schedule, but I left the Kelby watering schedule left up to them. So I didn't set my own with that. And so far, I rarely hear the water going, but I think maybe once a day it kind of circulates a little water, or once every couple of days. I have no idea. But when it does, I don't hear it. So it's a very quiet system. It's fantastic. It's small, it's compact. Almost everything has sprouted. There are still some things that are just getting going or haven't come through yet. Jalapenos, cherry tomatoes, some sweet peppers, the mini strawberries, they haven't sprouted. The mint hasn't sprouted. The sweet Thai basil. So there are a few that haven't sprouted yet. So we'll see, but it's less than 2 weeks, so we will see. I know that they clearly overseed their pods. As you can see, there are several sprouts. So I will be thinning the leafy greens once they get bigger. I will probably leave at least 2. I'm thinking 2 sprouts in the herb pods because the herbs tend to be small. So far so good. Let me see, did I buy anything else? Oh, I bought more of these little silicone covers that go on the bottom of this if you pulled it out, because you wanted to harvest from it, and it's full of water in there, so you have to empty, make sure you get that water out of there and dump it some kind of way, or at least hold this very gingerly and stick it down in the sleeve so that the water won't spill all over the place. So they had a separate pack of just the sleeves, so I got a pack of those. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It seems these cameras take pictures of your plants. I don't know if it's once a day. It does all this automatically. And there is a section on the app where you can go in and look at the photos. Eventually, I think it gives you a time lapse over a whole grow cycle where you can just look at that progression by video. I do like the cameras. Obviously, I haven't had to use the customer service and have them look at my plants and try to diagnose them with the cameras. But just in terms of recording what's going on, it's helpful. I also like that I didn't have to enter many variables, or if any, other than when I started the pods, into the app. The app keeps track of things, so I assume the app can read these pods and tell what's in them. I have no idea, or at least what type of vegetable is in them. But I didn't have to put in the types of things I was growing. None of that. You just put the pod in and put a date when you started things, and it just kind of takes care of everything. It gives you alerts whenever you need to do anything, and so far I don't think I've had to do anything. I think there's something called a tank refresh coming up, but not for 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't know if that's a once a month thing where you have to empty out the water basin and refill it, and I guess then put plant food. So I'm loving the app. It sends you notifications in the app, and it also sends me emails, so I get the same notifications via my email. So I'm telling you, this system, for somebody who doesn't know much about gardening, this is perfect. I mean, there's very little you have to do or figure out on your own. The app tells you every single step you should take and when to take it. So it's very good for a novice. Of course, I am a gardener and I've grown many things, mostly outside. So I will say I am appreciating the ease of this system. I mean, overall, you know, growing things indoors, the benefits is obviously I can grow in the winter. I live in zone 6A. It gets really cold here, lots of snow. You can't grow anything outside in the winter. So you're reliant on whatever you've put away or at the grocery store. So I like that I can still have fresh produce. I mean, it won't be the same amount as I could grow outside, but it will be something to supplement my diet so I don't have to buy as much from the grocery store. So I'm really loving this whole system. I'm loving the app. The app is great. It's very detailed. It's very flexible. You can change the dates of different things if you want to. You can add and eliminate pods or times for different things. So I think the app is fantastic. I think the system is fantastic. I am actually pleasantly surprised. I did not think I would like this system as much as I do. I'm even loving the subscription service, even though I thought that was a ripoff. And that's no way should you be paying a monthly fee to have people send you some seed pods when you can buy your own seed packs. But it is so convenient, if you can afford it, obviously, to have that where you get a set number every month. You can just go in the app and select it, the types you want, and so you have a constant supply coming in to replenish, and you don't have to think about it. The other good thing about this indoor system is it removes a lot of the pressures of the outdoors. Now, obviously, outdoors is best. Dirt is best. I mean, for microbes and nutrients and the sunlight, you can't compare to natural light, obviously. But with growing things outdoors comes a lot of pressures, weed pressures, and in my case, the weeds and the bugs. So there's always, I'm always battling something outside, be it aphids, be it beetles, be it slugs. There's always something trying to eat your food before you can eat it. So, yeah, it's nice not to have to do that, because, you know, outdoors I would have to be vigilant and have a certain schedule of doing preventive spray or preventive maintenance, weeding on a certain set weekly schedule, at least weekly. And I don't have to do any of that indoors. Not to say bugs can't be introduced to an indoor system. They can be, but it's not a big a threat as it is outside. So I love this system. I also have the Rise Garden, the 3-tier family garden. I like that system as well. But so far, the edges, the winning edges to this system, and I think it's just because it's even more user friendly. It's more automated. It's a no-brainer here. It tells you exactly what to do. It is a lot more compact than the Rise Garden, which is like a bookshelf. So it does fit in with furniture. So it's more physically attractive, I think, in that way. But this is more space efficient, especially if you live in a small space or you want to fit this in your kitchen in a little corner, which makes sense because you're cooking and preparing food in the kitchen. So that's where most people probably would want this if that's where if they get to have room for it. So love the system. I can't think of any negatives so far. I think there is a money back thing or replacement policy on the pods. If they don't germinate, I think you can contact customer service and they will replace it or reimburse you or something. I do have a couple that haven't germinated, but like I said, it's been less than 2 weeks, so I'm going to give them some time. It's not as warm in my house as it would be outside during the growing season. It's usually about 68 to 70 degrees in my house. And you know, most plants like it. They probably would like it 70 to 75. And it's not going to be that hot. That's too hot for me in the winter. So, but so far so good. I'm happy with what I've seen. And I will come back maybe in a week or two when there's some significant change here, some significant growth, and just give you an update of what's happened, what maintenance I've had to do if I've had any problems. All right. So that is it for today. And until next time. Bye-bye.